We won the North! I'm Tom Grossi, a New York City comedian and diehard Green Bay Packers fan for almost 20 years.
Rodgers with a walk-off touchdown. A game ender for the Packers.
In 2015, I created a podcast where each week I talk to fans from opposing teams to share their story and to get yelled at for about an hour for being a Packers fan. Last year, I met amazing people and went to amazing places. And this year, I'm ready to do it all over again.
Make no mistake about it, I will be remembered as a Packer.
Enjoy the show. Grossi Posse Packer Nation, what is going on? Welcome to another episode of Packcast, the podcast where you don't need to be a Packers fan, but it sure does help. You are looking at the now 8 straight playoff-bound Green Bay Packers, the NFC North Division champions. Not only did we win the North, but we ran the damn table, winning our last 6 games in a row. I have no voice right now. I have been screaming all night. Incredibly exciting. This run has been absolutely phenomenal. And you best believe that the magic jersey wearing puppy for a 6th time came through. We got another picture of the puppy. She ran the table. Also posted this wonderful GIF of the puppy running the table. Absolutely phenomenal. She is now currently sleeping it off because it's not easy running the table for 6 straight weeks and putting the team on your back. But speaking of putting the team on your back, let's talk about, an MVP kind of performance, and that is Mr. Aaron Rodgers, who, again, is just watching this guy is so amazing. And I know that sounds like a total guy crush, and it is. I am totally fine with admitting that, but holy crap, the plays that this guy can make is absolutely incredible. Tonight, 27 for 39, 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. Even he ran 10 times, got 42 yards out of that. Just the way he gets out of the pocket, he's able to avoid defenders, and that one touchdown pass to Geronimo Allison. Holy crap. An amazing, amazing throw. Absolutely incredible. Rodgers, we were talking about this last week, how his name should be considered for MVP. I think that gets escalated even more tonight, and the announcers were saying it at the end as well, that he's putting on an MVP-like performance. So absolutely incredible. And his name is definitely up there now. It has to be. I think he's up there with Brady. And if anybody's going to get it this year, it's going to be either Brady or it's going to be Rodgers. Rip had a decent game, 9 for 61. He came through. Ty, 8 for 44. Geronimo Allison, this was a huge night for him. 491 yards, gets a TD as well. That beautiful TD. Devontae Adams continued. 6 catches, had 2 touchdowns, which was incredible. Had a 2-point conversion. The offense, I mean, it looked good, especially the second half. They started out very slow. It was a scoreless first quarter, and I thought this was going to be a very low-scoring defensive game. It kind of opened up in the second half, and it was exciting till about the last, 5 minutes of the game, because you had Mason Crosby miss an extra point, which I really thought was going to come back and kill us, because the Lions all season have been known as this comeback team, and it made me very nervous, but we put the game away with a touchdown to Devontae Adams, and it was incredible. And Matthew Stafford even threw a Hail Mary, but at that point we were like, okay, who cares? Because Golden Tate, I still hate you, and I saw you in the end zone, and I just got some PTSD. It was terrible. But speaking of the defense, Of course, on a serious note, you have Quinten Rollins who went down. He hit his head very, very hard. He was transferred to a hospital. He had a neck injury. Thankfully, he was moving. He was conscious. So just gotta hope that he's okay and it's not anything extremely serious. I mean, we've been on him for a little bit, and his play has declined. Hasn't really been kind of meeting the expectations that we as fans and I think as Capers as a coach has for him. But I mean, you just got to, pull for the guy and hope that he can come back from this. And that means that our cornerbacks are completely depleted. Micah Hyde, we moved him to cornerback, and you had Bryce in there as well. So, I mean, now looking that we are in the playoffs, which we knew before the game, thanks to the New York Giants who beat the Washington Redskins. We knew that we were going to be in. We just didn't know what spot we were going to be entering the playoffs in, but our defense really needs to pick it up. Clay Matthews barely got any pressure. It just seemed that we didn't get a lot of pressure on Stafford. We got a couple sacks, but we really need to pick it up if we're going to make a long run here. I mean, one of the big things I definitely want to make sure that I mentioned during this episode is that throughout the season, fans, even on this show, calling out Dom Capers, calling out Mike McCarthy. Dom Capers is working right now with a puzzle that is missing so many pieces. He's like missing every single corner piece right now, and he's still putting something together. You saw some of the blitz packages that he was putting together. They looked pretty good when they were able to get home, but you also have to think about it. Those corners are not able to cover the wide receivers right now. You also had some linebackers on wide receivers, which didn't end up too well. For the most part, we got it done, but when we are going against high explosive offenses, and I don't really consider the Giants a total explosive offense, but Cowboys, Falcons, and it could be the Seahawks, you need to have a defense that's able to at least stop them and don't let them put up points. And the Packers have had this kind of bend don't break defense for quite some time, and I know the fans don't really love that because it's very stress inducing, but we're really going to need to pick it up going into the playoffs and going forward. But Mike McCarthy called an amazing game. That fourth quarter was just beautiful. It was like watching art, honestly, in that the way that they were able to drive down the field. That the QB option that Rodgers ran on 3rd and short was incredible. No one was near him. It was really great play calling. McCarthy has been under fire for like this entire season. This really was him shining as well. I mean, while you have arguably the greatest quarterback in the NFL right now, and the offensive line was looking great as well, McCarthy really his play calling was on point, and you got to give it up to the guy. Also, making Ty Montgomery into a running back was one of the best decisions he could have possibly made for this team. But really got to give it up for him. On some other notes, real quick, on some more satisfying notes. Man, I mean, you listen to if you haven't listened to the Lions Fan podcast episode from last week, check that out. It's on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Music. Man, I mean, the conversation that I had with Case, we brought him back. He's a Lions fan, moderator over at the Lions subreddit. Great guy, really knowledgeable guy, knows his stuff. He also is a co-host of the Detroit Lions podcast. But man, their team, their fan base was talking a whole lot of crap. I mean, it was bad. It was really, really bad. And considering how many penalties the Packers got this evening, and the fact that Lions fans are always complaining about the refs, and listen, I know that Micah Hyde interception is going to be disputed as well, even though there was like 50 seconds left. Man, I'm really happy we shut them up. Like, I know that sounds terrible. I'm very, very happy about that. And on even better news, if you have been listening to this show since the beginning of the year, you will know that week two, I made a bet with the Minnesota Vikings saying that if the Packers win the division, Gregory Daniels, I'm calling you out, buddy. You gotta now wear a Packers jersey of my choosing and talk about why the Packers are the greatest team and post it on the Vikings and Packers subreddit. I can't wait for that. I'm still deciding what jersey I want you to wear. I'm going with Darren Sharper right now, which is terrible, which is really not funny, but really, really funny. So if you have an idea of what jersey you want the Vikings fan to wear, please let me know in the comments. Please, please, please. If there's one that gets a lot of votes, I will definitely go with that and let him know. So kind of to wrap this up, we're playing the Giants again, and knowing what was going to be the outcome of this game, we were either playing the Giants at home or we were going away at Seattle. I hate both of those options, to be honest. And I know it's a PTSD. I know that it's just the terrible luck that we've had with both of those teams. I am nervous because it is the Giants. I'm nervous. I was nervous if we went into Seattle, but we get a home game. Like, we were 4-6, and we have a home game now. It's absolutely incredible. So I'm very confident in what this team can do. Rodgers is playing on fire. He looks like he's playing his best football. I think the weak part we have right now is our defense, but if the defense is able to contain, I don't think that there's a team that we can't beat in the NFL right now. And it's about getting hot at the right time. We've won 6 straight. You can't really get that much hotter than that. So we'll interview our Giants fan. That'll be available on Thursday on SoundCloud, iTunes, and also Google Music. So please check in that. Stay tuned for that. It'll be good stuff. But absolutely incredible. And I want to thank you, the Packers fans, that have stuck with me all season. Our fan base is growing and growing here on Podcast, and I am so excited to have this run with you, to have conversations with these amazing fans, and I do this for you guys. This is great. Thank you so much. You can always find me at TomGrossiComedy.com, TomGrossi Comedy, or at Tom Grossi Comedy on Twitter. Packcast, Packast. Every Tuesday and Thursday, we do episodes Tuesday. Our episodes are on YouTube, SoundCloud, Google Music, iTunes. And then, of course, we have our fan interviews where we bring on fans from an opposing team every single week. And those are available on all the places I just mentioned, just not on YouTube because they get a little long. Thank you so much for watching. We ran the table, guys. We're NFC North Division champions. Once again, it's fantastic to say that. And we've run one table now. Now it's time to run one more. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. And as always, go Pack Go.